Omi Brown says that you've got an app with uveitis. What should I work on with them before they go blind? What do you suggest? That is a great question, and of course, I'm so sorry that your horse does have uveitis, but even after they lose their vision, there's going to be plenty of things that you can do with your horse, and your horse can have a really useful life afterwards. So right now I'm actually working with a horse named Bentley, and Bentley here is blind on his right side. And one of the things that I'm doing is I've gone through all of the essential ground maneuvers with Bentley, but when I'm doing certain of the maneuvers where it relies on him being able to visually see what I'm asking, I'm also adding in a cue word for him. So for example, if I'm asking him to move his shoulder over, I'll say shoulder, 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 while I'm giving him the rest of the cues, okay? For example, if I'm asking him to move that hind end over, I might say hind, and then I might apply a little bit of pressure, I might kiss, I might escalate the way that I normally would, but I'll always start with my verbal cue first, and that's gonna help your horse make a verbal or an auditory association rather with whatever the cue is that you're giving them, and they'll start to make that connection to the desired result. So really important that you continue to do the essential ground maneuvers with your horse if you haven't already. That's going to be the best course of action, because that's going to build in some foundational things that you can begin and continue to build on even after they lose their vision. So work on those essential ground maneuvers, and that's going to be the best option in order to build a really strong and good foundation in your horse that's going to make sense. Add those verbal cues to it, and they'll do just fine. Doesn't matter if they have perfect vision or if they're blind. Any horse can go through the essential ground maneuvers system if you add those verbal cues to them to assist them so that they make that connection to the cues that you're doing. So I hope that helps. If you have any other questions along the way, go ahead and holler at me. I've worked with a lot of blind horses in the past, and some of the blind horses that I've had have been some of the absolute best horses that I've ever worked with. It's been my experience that when a horse goes blind, they really have to rely and trust on you even more. And so that level of trust that they have to give you, because they can't really see what's going on, it's extraordinary just how much they do for you and how hard they'll work for you.